Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Uh, Thanks for being patient over the couple-day delay. I was really busy on Monday, and I didn't have time to edit, to make and edit the episode. I got back at midnight. So, here we are the next day. I went through everybody's comments. They're pretty good ideas. Some comment suggestions about productivity modules, and see if I can bring them up. About the audio recording, about when things are sped up. I like the feedback, so thank you guys. It's definitely things for me to consider. And if I do multiple fast forwarding segments, I will probably try and find and get the Factorio audio tracks and put those over fast forwarding segments that I do going forward. Probably not this episode because I need to get it out. I said I would upload a makeup episode on Wednesday, so I need to do that, and probably don't have time to go hunt for it tonight, but probably Sunday's episode. I'll try and do that. I'll look for it, and hopefully I'll have an update on it. Now, for the game stuff, actually, I'm kind of curious. Did mention science per minute and things about Hellmod. I might also try and get Hellmod here in a couple hours. Full in-game hours, playtime. So we're yeah, 33 science per minute is about what these are going at, and it's good for now. But when the time comes, I might redo this, question mark, or at least maybe move where the science is made. I mean, these make 42 a minute. Yeah, I have to check out the ratios a little bit. That makes 48. These are consuming 56. There's a little bit of a deficit there, you know, so just have to see. That one's 40, that one's 42, that one's 42. Probably because that has two speed modules and this one doesn't. Things are a little bit cattywampus right now. Main thing is just make sure that this is always working. Do that, and then the next time I come up, if I need to, I can double the amount of storage. Just have this guy slowly working. All right, back to yes. I don't have tier 3 modules to test, so I think one of the things I'm going to do today is take this into creative mode where I will have potentially like more ability to test things, although I'm not sure it even really matters, because the only output, this ratio will actually change with production mod and speed modules. You know what, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna go into creative mode, and we're gonna maybe spend a couple minutes just looking at some. Yes, everything is researched. This will be okay. And here, get this. Trees. Oh, these are 47. And then if I put here one's minus 24. Wait, that's fine. 47, consuming 47, this consuming. Oh, I totally misread that. So I'm already operating as under a deficit. Two of these would be 95. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Making 475. Consuming 600. I mean, technically one extra one just up here would... all of the... Nope, that did not solve the... This is with tier 3. Minus 40% crafting speed. Or plus 20. 24% productivity is almost a quarter. But give me a nice number. 89.2. Man, I would be so much happier if that was like 91 instead of 89. Oh, here we can see the perfect difference. 192, 192, 95 to 89. So I'm getting about 6 extra per second. 6 extra in iron per second. At the cost of electricity and pollution. I kind of care about pollution. That is actually one of my concerns because I'm not really dealing with the biters. So I'm going to go with this. Sure. Which means... 9. Wait, I can speed those up too. I'm gonna need way less casting. Why don't I just give myself them out? I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a super clear, efficient ratio if you want to build it as a unit. Yes. So maybe I should just change and do what I did on the previous planet and just build it itemized. I don't know. I'm really torn now because you brought up the modules and I kind of was ignoring it, but maybe I should not have ignored it. I mean, how long am I gonna have to wait before I build these? Like, I need to have massive processing units, vulcanite blocks. Maybe here's the real question. Is build to this. You're gonna get whatever that is, right? Those are tier 3 and this 2. Because I can do tier 2. I can make those at the base currently that I have. So starting out with tier 2s. going to be 104 molten iron a second. My upgrade, I'm going to go down to 95. Do this. Okay, when I upgrade, it's going to go up to 178. 89 to go. These can handle it. These can handle the upgrade. These stock are just a little bit slow. And slow as, I mean, these guys are slow. Industrial furnaces are slow. But that's fine, because then I can upgrade them. And then I can pump out however much that is. 178. Basically that. 178. Whereas this number is going to be 104.4 versus 0.72. It's going to be a big difference. The amount of ore that I consume will change drastically. Maybe I should just have both of them like this. 0.384, 0.8. Now the ores come in a lot more the same. I can speed these up as needed. Speed these up as needed. 162 to 178. I mean, that's 1.5 more machines. All that stuff into the speed modules would be 1.5, as if I was just having 1.5 more casting machines, which is 0.04 ingots a second per dual of these. So I mean, it's something. I'll do it. So this works for the copper and iron. I finally come to that conclusion after 30 minutes. You know, I guess if I want to do it right moving forward, it means I need to slow down and think about the future and consider things rather than just putting them off and saying I'll deal with it later. So hopefully thinking about this now saves me stuff for the future, saves me time in the future. Now the coal is going to have to be, I think, or the steel, excuse me, is going to have to be a slightly different process. It's going to be that machine for sure. Yeah, we're going to start with the... I mean, in theory, I could spread this out. I could change this unit to individualized unit like this. This would probably be the way to do it. That means no light there. That's okay. Now you're gonna outputting and thing. There, now that looks cool, doesn't it? All right. That being a positive number is a good thing. It means I can put speed modules in here and change. Yep. Tier 2s for everybody. More pollution. But more machines means more pollution. Alright, now it's slightly negative. Tier 3 modules with Tier 2 modules. Doesn't upgrade the crafting time here. But that would be it. Now this is starting to look longer than it is wide. Vertically. But I still have to add stuff up left and right of it, I believe, so it'll probably look pretty cubish when I'm done. What is this? Need a jetpack to... Where was I? There's a lot of molten ore that I'm missing. Right, and this makes it worse. Yeah. Oh, that's 'cause that's the wrong module layout. Fix that, please. How much did I say there are? 80 to 480. Now that number will be green. Yeah. In which case this number will be higher. Let's actually get that right. I think tier 2s work here. That's it. +4. I would almost rather just have it be like that. Then I know how much I'm making. We're gonna do tier 1s. Rather than having to try and guesstimate how much under I am, I just know. The amount of plates that are going to be made here, iron ingots, excuse me, going to be a little bit higher than that. Measure this again, 26, so I'm going to want enough to do 30 iron ingots per second. Wow. This is amazing. That's awesome. This is also bad. So one of these rows does 3.36, huh? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. It'd be 16 pollution, or let's put in two of those. Point 32. Point 32. Right there. All right. 0.36. So that's over production. Sorry, point. Each one of these is a little bit more than a red belt. Guess I could fit one more. 2 base pollution. Would have been 16. 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm saving 1 pollution. Maybe. More. Window. 0.43. 0.35. Words are hard. 3.5. 3.5. This is actually fine. I was just looking at the wrong number. Glad I didn't embarrass myself any more than that. Bam. Where are my lights? I'm gonna output a lot. It's gonna be a red belt. I did 9. I feel like I'm getting a little distracted though. I should probably work on steel. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red belts. 8 times 3 is 24, 240. Okay. Happy divided by 45. Let's look at this now. Man, I wish I could do that, but I can't. Okay. I'm just gonna go back with the first option. Just to add. Yeah, and I'm gonna use speed ones. It'll just be however many it needs to be. That way the production are the same. Sorry, the module layout's the same. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? Okay. Hmm. Yikes. An odd number. Feel like -8 or something. -3. Oh, that's not too bad. This is +1. That works, right? Five a second. I'm gonna do 10, so it's gonna be a lot. That's how it's gonna look. And I'll just need to calculate whatever this number is to this guy. Making these 0.25. Okay, it's the same ratio, it's just half, right? So give me 5 rows, please. Okay. I'm gonna make 0.83 a second. 1.5 is at yellow belt. 108. 107. 108. I don't have that many here. Oh. Totally messed that up. Okay. Get rid of that. Just fatter and longer. One, two, three, four, five. This is gonna be 10. Yeah. And those don't need extra stuff. Cool. Alright, you're needing 0.25 a second. Check this out. Grab some of these. This is making 1.6. That's 1.5. Okay. Exactly 1.5. So I'm actually just at it. Oh, no shit. It lines up. 9 of these guys, 10 of these guys. That's interesting. But I am doing 1.5. So it doesn't matter. I'm doing 1.5. Which in a regular unmodded one of these be 6. It's going to be 1.5. Which is 15. This is good news. And this takes how much iron? 17. That takes 19. 19 iron for a red belt of iron ore. This pyroflux stuff is going to be so amazing when it works. This is more than one yellow belt of iron ore. So normally it's like 1 to 1, but this is 50% more. Getting more iron ingots than iron ore out. And this is little bit less than one. Cool. Full yellow belt would be, I think, a good place to start. So let's add some of these to blueprints. 15 steel per sec. There we go. Then this one's going to be 30. Good. We got lights. That took way longer than I thought it was going to. So I apologize about that. Well, probably shouldn't be apologizing. It is what it is, isn't it? But it's done. Still have these in the master blueprint file. Yesterday I did copper and iron plates. Today I did steel plates, and I figured out exactly how I'm gonna have this come out. It's gonna come out as red belts, and then I can have 3 red belts merge into 2 blue belts. So I can have the steel, 3 steel for 1 blue belt of steel. Then it could be 9 iron, 9 red belts of iron, 6 blue belts of iron. Maybe you might want to consider 4 blue belts of iron. That. Oh, I can always expand this later as needed, but those 2 things are done. The only thing left that I still need to do for the smelting stuff is chemical plant, Pyroflex, but I have a suspicion. Sorry, let me go off here. This is fantastic. This is all good and ready to go. And in fact, I might just do that 1 vulcanite block there. I wonder why that blue background is there as well. That's interesting. This is all backed up here. Sand, right? That's what this needs, sand and vulcanite blocks. Something to think about indeed. I'm gonna make Pyroflex here on the planet. I will probably rebuild my science at some point and do what was suggested, which is just bring up all the individual ingredients rather than trying to do my oil cracking up here, which seems to kind of suck because what you need the most of is heavy oil, which is kind of annoying, because then that means light oil or petroleum could backfill. Usually you have auto cracking up to petroleum, because petroleum is what you use the most of. And so as you need more petroleum, you'll crack the heavier oils into petroleum. That way the heavier oils don't back up the system. But if it's the lightest oil that's backing up the system, you can't crack the light oil back down into a heavier oil. So you'll always have to use the lighter oils the most and then crack up to those. But in space seems to, at least as of right now, seems to use a lot of lubricant, a lot of heavy oil. So it's interesting. All right. Let's take another quick look at this guy's. Does not need another rocket. Not even close. So I guess in the next episode, I might spend some time thinking about what. Well, I'll probably actually just keep on working, like making the blueprints and stuff. I'm kind of having fun doing it. I am feeling a little bit rushed because I know I'm recording it for you guys. If it was me, I could spend 5 hours on it and be totally content with myself, but I do feel some kind of obligation to like make it be efficient to the best of my ability. So I don't know. These aren't heavily edited, so you're definitely gonna have to see me ramble and make mistakes and do downtime and all that sort of stuff. I think it's inevitable with the way I have this series going. But I'm trying to think what should be my next goal for the next episode. Maybe train stations. Maybe rocket design. Rocket silo design. That maybe must... Oh no, modules. I think that'll be it. So let me write that down. I need to do a module design. I need to do intermediary product design. I need to do oil cracking design, or have more of it. That means rocket fuel, new planet space design. Some of these are going to be heavily polluting, and then others I'm going to stuff them full of efficiency modules and just make it really large. Let's see, what else do I need to do? On capital letters irk me. Okay. Put that as a question mark, but I'm kind of like re-saying it down here. And then even making like its own subset. Make sure I have enough rocket fuel for rockets. New planet space, how should I say this? New basic science. Design. And then capital here irks me. Gears. Engines, circuits, etc. This is gonna be big, like as in it takes up a lot of time, I believe. Just wait for this to build. This will be the thumbnail of the video. So they share a similar design philosophy. But they don't fit inside each other. All right, and with that, I'm gonna call the episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.